There can't be many Classics World viewers out there who aren't familiar with Richard Hammond. You'll know him, of course, from Top Gear and the Grand Tour, but more recently he's been concentrating on his restoration business, the Smallest Cog. Well, we recently got the chance to go behind the scenes at the Cog to discuss all things classic cars and the latest series of the Discovery TV series featuring the business, Richard Hammond's Workshop.
Well, it's a bit of a change for us today. We're actually being filmed rather than doing all the filming, because we're here at the Smallest Cog, where they're always filming for the show, and we've actually grabbed a little bit of time with Richard Hammond here, the main man, who's actually working on his own Morgan here. We're really quite impressed to see that. So we walked in here this morning thinking, you know, everyone says, oh, is it a real business? Is it just a set? Well, we walked in this morning. They've got customers' cars up on the lift. Richard was draining the coolant onto the floor.
Yeah, I did
Morgan. And yeah, here we are. It's very much a real business. But I mean, how did it get started, Richard? Not everyone can remember.
Yes, 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
I've worked in and around the car industry, commentating on it for 30 odd years.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's an industry that's in my blood.
Yes.
But I wanted to make the step from commentating on it to being in it,
Yeah.
to having some skin in the game, as they say. And
Yeah.
as you rightly say, and thank you for noticing it, it's a real business.
Yeah.
This isn't a TV set. When the TV cameras go away, we don't pack it up. They don't make Dancing on Ice in it. We carry on. And it's also in my blood because my grandfather was a coach builder. He worked at Jensen,
Right.
and prior to that at Mulliners in Birmingham. So it was partly to scratch that itch.
Yes.
But the other reason was, as a kid, I'd work on my own cars. I've always loved classics. I'd work on my own cars as a kid, but I had like a little rusty toolbox with a few
Yeah.
spanners in it. And I worked on the gravel outside our house in
Sounds
Ripon at the
familiar,
back.
yeah.
So if you drop something, it's gone forever.
Yeah.
And if I got stuck, there was no internet.
Of
I had to go to the
yes.
library and
Yeah.
get a book.
Forget that.
Whereas what I wanted was, as I've got now, all the tools in the world and also access to the guys.
Yeah.
The reason I'm doing this now, this is a long-winded answer, but the reason I'm doing this now is I've had a bit of a change around in here. So Jamie is still running the shop. He's the foreman, the workshop manager.
Yes.
Because there's loads of opportunities. So I thought, rather than just mooch about the hands in my pockets, I'd bring this in and spend some time down here on the floor working.
Well, you're clearly enjoying it.
Oh man, compared with working on the gravel outside my house in Ripon.
Or staring
This
at a
is
computer
heaven.
screen doing a spreadsheet.
Well, precisely. So this morning I managed to get the radiator shell out, as you saw, finally, getting ready to paint this. Really good to spend time on the floor with the guys,
Yes.
hearing what they're doing. I need to stay connected to, I've just had it, I had it one bolt on the back of there to take the rack off. It was not for removing. It was
Yes.
a really weird way it got stuck. And I lost 2 hours yesterday doing it. Well, that happens.
Yes.
And when the guys are putting an invoice together, I'm like, hang on a minute, you spent 3 hours on it. Well, yeah, because, and it's a reminder.
Gives you a
that's-
perspective, doesn't
It's
it?
the reality of it. It's the
Yeah.
reality of working on old cars. I mean, the mishmash of metric and imperial bolts on this is just hilarious.
Yes.
You need,
Oh, I
I
see, yeah.
need that world's biggest toolkit, and I use everything in it.
Has your sort of opinion of your love for classic cars been diminished by getting involved with the business side of it, or not?
It's changed it slightly. It's a bit like, if you talk to young people and they say, I really want to be a vet. Why? Because I love animals. You know you'll only ever see sick ones, don't you? And it's kind of...
Good analogy, yeah.
Nobody ever gets up in the morning and says, my beautiful classic is working perfectly. I'm
Yeah.
going to drive it to the Smallest Cog and show them a healthy car. So you only ever get to see sick ones, but, like this, it'll leave here beautiful and functioning, and that makes you feel good.
Presumably you're still in touch with a lot of your previous customers anyway, and you
Yeah,
see
yeah.
What happened to the Jensen from the first?
I bought that Mark II Interceptor because my grandfather would have checked it off. It was the wrong car to buy. They are notoriously difficult and time-consuming to do. I had hoped I could run it through the shop as a kind of advert.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, we'd have gone bust doing it. So it's temporarily and maybe permanently parked. But, learning lessons. And I think better I learn those lessons on my cars. We're all learning all the time. The guys are experienced, they know what they're looking at, but we can be caught out.
Yeah.
People bring a car in and somebody forgets to put their hand up and say, God, no, they're in a world of trouble and pain, and just be warned. But again, I mean, it's...
Well, you can know too much sometimes, can't you? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not the car, it's the customer. It always is.
Yeah.
It's the customer. Do they understand? Have you talked it through together? Because the second they drop the car off with us, it's our shared project. Now, I wouldn't work on a customer car, but I can happily work in here on my own. And
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
I'm getting a reminder every time I hit a little problem. Oh, yeah, that's how it works. So it makes it easier to talk to customers when occasionally you have to break the news. Look, I'm really sorry, but when we got into this pristine bit of bodywork, we found it was all filler or whatever else.
You've still got a big collection of cars yourself. See.
Reasonable.
Was it worth? It's smaller than it was, isn't it?
I sold a load to buy the kit for here.
Was it worth it? Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, sort of for personal reasons, since I've had to sell a few.
Yeah.
I've got a little plan that might involve selling some more.
Okay.
But they come and they go. There's a few I'll never get rid of, but
yeah, sure.
quite a few of the others have had to go.
What have been your sort of your highs and your lows then over the last sort of 5 years?
For the workshop,
Yeah.
it's day to day, it changes. I mean, there are those moments when I absolutely get why I'm doing it. If I'm tinkering away on this, and I go and I asked Matt earlier on for a solution to how I'm going to refix the rack on the back of here, and he's just straight away, and we looked at it. Yes, perfect. Because restoring old cars is all about problem solving, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
So there's always highs and lows because you encounter the problem. Oh no. And you solve the problem, and then you feel slightly better than before the problem arrived. If you start at this level and drop, then you solve the problem, you're up from where you were.
Yeah, you've come away learning something, haven't you?
Yeah, and you feel better. So that's the joy of it, isn't it?
Yeah. So in fact, you've done quite a few cars in 5 years, haven't you? So what are the standout? Which are the ones you're most proud of?
Difficult to answer, isn't it? Because the cars are so much more than a lump of metal. I mean, the storied cars, Monty's staff car, we did Phil Marshall Montgomery's Rolls. That was incredible to do because of the story, and it's unique and one-off. And when it gets to the human story, it doesn't matter what the car is, does it? It can be
true.
It doesn't matter whether it's a Lamborghini Miura or a vintage Bentley or an old Astra. It's how it matters, because these are the machines we use, not just to move about and live our lives. In the case of classics, sometimes to express ourselves.
Yes. Yeah.
So they're incredibly important.
Yeah, it's more than just the value, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I suppose there are a lot of cars have come in and out that we've never seen on TV as well.
Yeah. Well, that, again, this is stress. We are a workshop.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting making a TV show whilst the workshop runs, because the TV can sometimes interrupt and then I get shouted at.
Questions really. I mean, we run project cars on our magazines and stuff, and the temptation is to go out and fiddle about in the garage instead of getting your magazine to
This
press.
is the problem.
How do you get any work done when you've got cameras? Because TV production is time consuming, isn't it?
It is, but the way it's shot, it's very much observational. They're just watching us, and the lads are used to having the cameras around now.
Yes.
They've stopped sort of standing there gawping at it. It's just like, well, it's whatever. And they know all the guys doing it, so they barely know they're here now.
Had you ever done much hands-on stuff before you got involved with the business? You'd always tinkered with your own.
But always very amateurishly without the right tools, which, as I say, for me the joy is I can happily chip away at this, but I'm also in a safe environment, because when I get stuck or think I've done something wrong, I'm going to ask one of the guys.
There's no time pressure either, is it? Your own car, you can park it.
Exactly right. I don't have to log my hours on this. That insight, that reminder into how it works on the floor is essential, because what are we? We're just a machine for selling their hours and their skills.
Do you find it makes you a better manager if you've experienced it?
Yeah, absolutely. You see where the time goes. It's a human thing. We're people, not robots, doing these cars.
Well, it must have been quite a culture shift going from presenting to being a businessman.
Yes. Yeah, I've been in the media for 38 years. Started in radio 38 years ago. Yeah. And none of that prepared me as a businessman.
No. What are your sort of long-term plans for the business?
Well, look, as an industry, we're not getting any smaller, and the same for you and your magazines and us as enthusiasts. There was a time, maybe 10 years ago, we all thought, oh no, they're going. Car's going to be replaced by an anonymous box, you don't own it.
Yes, definitely.
And it drives itself, and that's it, it's the end of an era. But of course it isn't, because we're humans. We need to get out and live our lives, explore the landscape, and the way we do that is vitally important to us. The machine that enables us to do that is part of our lives. I think at the same time, a lot of people realised, when faced with the threat of their car becoming just this anonymous thing, they thought, well, hang on, I really like mine. It doesn't matter whether it's a Corsa, whether it's a vintage, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I love that car. I love what it does for me, how it makes me feel. And so actually, I think far from decreasing the number of classic car enthusiasts, and by the way, classic car very soon might mean anything with a petrol engine, I don't know, is increasing. And that's reflected in my business. I think 10, 20 years from now, we'll be busier than ever before.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Genuinely believe that. I absolutely. And also, by the way, environmentally, that's the best thing possible. I'm not anti-electric car. I'm really not.
Don't get me started. Yeah.
Well, I'm not anti-electric car at all. They have a role to play. Of course they do. They're not suitable for every application. Yeah. It's why governments around the world are rolling back from the idea of stopping sales of internal combustion engine cars, because it's impossible. We can't make them. We don't have the resources. the environmental effect would be catastrophic. There's 1.6 billion cars already on the road built. That's a huge carbon footprint that's already gone.
Yes.
So let's use them and use them wisely.
Yeah, there's nothing greener than this, is there?
Well, exactly right. It's 90 odd years
Yeah.
old.
Put wood in it and everything.
Oh yeah, absolutely.